trusted news source, ABC6 News at noon.
And good afternoon to you folks. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Casey Cantz. Doreen is off, and we will begin with developing news. New today at noon in New Bedford, the north end of the city. Police there investigating an overnight shooting. The victim, a 36-year-old man. Want to get you right out to the scene this afternoon and check in with ABC6 reporter Olivia DeRocha. She's live in New Bedford right now with more on this story. Olivia, good afternoon. What can you tell us?
Hey, Casey. Good afternoon. Really, about 5 minutes ago, at least 6 police cars swarmed this home behind me on Weld Street. I'll give you a look now. You can see that scene is really cleared out, but that house is where that 36-year-old man was found shot dead this morning in his car. Now, about 1:01 this morning, a gunshot detection system actually notified New Bedford police that shots were being fired in this area. Now on scene, officials located that 36-year-old New Bedford man who has still not been identified. Now, again, the district attorney's office says this remains an ongoing and very active investigation. Now, the last homicide in New Bedford was actually exactly 1 month ago to this day. And this homicide right here that happened behind me on Weld Street is the third homicide of the year here in New Bedford. For now, we're live in New Bedford. I'm Olivia DeRocha, ABC6 News.
All right, Olivia, thank you for that. We'll check back in later on with more information as soon as we get it. Also, history made that we are following today at the Rhode Island State House, just a few hours ago, in fact. The newest leader, the state police, sworn in, ready to take the helm at the department. ABC6 reporter Dominique Turner, she was there this morning. She has more on the pomp and circumstance.
Colonel Darnell Weaver officially sworn in as the 15th Superintendent of Rhode Island State Police. The ceremony taking place in the State House Rotunda, filled with top cops and state officials.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Weaver, a Cranston native and 28-year veteran of the agency, taking over for retiring Colonel James Manny, who's heading to South Kingstown to become town manager.
First time I saw him, I was standing up at the big barn as we know it, and I could see your class come out. And I remember seeing Darnell. The reason it stuck out in my mind is because he looked like Hercules.
Manny turning over badge number 1, the badge every state police chief has worn since 1959. Colonel Weaver, surrounded by his wife and children, telling the crowd he's honored and humbled by the appointment.
It has been an honor to serve on your command staff over the past 3 years. Thank you, Colonel.
Thank you.
This is my life right here. My foundation, everything I have done and believed in has been for them and has led me here today.
In the historic appointment, Weaver becomes the 15th superintendent in the agency's 97-year history and the first superintendent of color.
Today is not about me, but instead, I would like today to be about the men and women of the state police.
In his speech, Colonel Weaver sharing his message. He promises residents of the state that his agency will continue to earn their respect every day. For now, in Providence, I'm Dominique Turner, ABC6 News.
All right, Tom, thank you for that. You can see out there today, the sun is shining on this Friday afternoon. Let's check in with meteorologist Chelsea Priest. Chelsea, how's the weekend looking, too? Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Casey. How is everybody doing today on this Friday? We have the sunshine outside right now. We are looking at ever so slightly warmer conditions and just a little bit less wind today than yesterday. We're sitting at 53 degrees in Providence right now. Breezes still coming in out of the north-northwest at 16 miles per hour. Temperatures for most of us across the area in that low 50s range. Again, it's not a huge jump up from yesterday, but it's a few degrees warmer than where we were yesterday at this time. Around lunchtime yesterday, some clouds started to roll in. We ended up with clouds into the early afternoon hours. Today, we're certainly much brighter at the moment. There are some clouds up to our north, and we're going to watch some of those clouds stream in, clip some of the area, especially in eastern Mass. Into the afternoon, kind of a blend of sun and clouds expected through the remainder of the afternoon with breezy conditions and highs today in the mid-50s range. We have a partly clear night ahead of us. Temperatures will drop back down into the 30s for tomorrow morning, but we do continue to see slowly climbing temperatures. Sunday is looking very nice. I'll have much more in just a few minutes. Casey?
Sunday looking great, Chelsea. Thank you for that. Other headlines we're following today. 2 people sent to the hospital. One of them, a Providence police officer, after a crash early this morning on Charles Street. Providence police say the police cruiser was driving north on Charles Street when a silver sedan behind it began to try to take it over. And then she hitting that cruiser, actually. Police telling ABC6 that they believe speed and possible intoxication be factors in this crash.
There's injuries. We do have a suspect speeding and possibly impairment is involved.
Driver of the sedan and the officer were sent to the hospital where we are told they have non-life-threatening injuries. State police continue to investigate after the violent fugitive task force shot and killed a suspect in Woonsocket Wednesday. 58-year-old Russell Dufault of Portsmouth was wanted for a felony assault and kidnapping. State police say while trying to arrest him, Dufault tried to drive off and ended up hitting a U.S. Marshal in the process and also pinned another officer between two cars. Both officers shot and killed Dufault. Those officers are now on administrative leave. New details on an investigation out of North Kingstown. There is a new allegation of misconduct by a teacher in that school district. Attorney Tim Conlon, who represents former students accusing Aaron Thomas of conducting inappropriate naked fat checks, is again working on this case. The family of a former NK middle school student accuses a separate, unnamed former coach of stalking and harassing their daughter, who was 11 at the time. That person is no longer working in NK schools. Conlon says the family filed a complaint with the school administration in 2018. A letter with the new complaint was sent to the Rhode Island U.S. Attorney's Office. In political news, at noon, a new poll has good news for the Massachusetts governor, but less favorable numbers for Rhode Island Governor Dan McKee. Morning Consult is out with its survey of governors' popularity around the country, and the poll found Governor McKee has a 42% approval rating, third lowest in the country. He's facing a challenge from a number of candidates as he looks to hold on to the job. In Massachusetts, Charlie Baker rated the most popular governor in the country with a 74% approval mark. Baker will not be running for re-election. Staying in Massachusetts, the Senate passed a bill on Thursday to legalize sports gambling in the state, but this bill differs from the one passed by the House some 9 months ago. The House's sports betting bill allows for gambling on college campuses. The Senate's version does not. Now, both the House and Senate must work together to draft a new version of this bill. It'll have to make it to Governor Baker's desk by July 31st. According to some estimates, legal sports betting could bring in an additional $35 million in revenue to Massachusetts. Rounds 2 and 3 of the NFL draft coming up tonight from Vegas. You can catch all the action, of course, right here on ABC6. You watched round 1 here last night. Everybody still talking today about last night's explosive round 1, too. And one of the biggest surprises of the night had to be the Patriots trading down, making a deal to swap picks with the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs getting the 21st pick, Pats on the clock at 29, eventually picking offensive guard Cole Strange from Chattanooga. Experts projected Strange the later pick in the draft. He was a 6-year senior at Chattanooga last season. He's the highest pick, actually, in the history of that school. As part of that Chiefs deal, New England also got additional round 3 and 4 selections. And what will tonight have in store? Rounds 2 and 3, like I said, of the draft right here on ABC6. We've got full coverage end-to-end all weekend long. We'll keep you posted on all the Pats wheelings and dealings and, of course, all the local connections, too. And a reminder, if you missed any of our coverage this week, check it out at abc6.com. Some good stuff there, no doubt. Still to come today at noon, the latest out of Ukraine, where an American soldier has died fighting alongside Ukrainian forces. We'll have that story. And a big honor today for a local principal. We'll tell you what that is when ABC6 News at noon continues after this. Back now with the latest on the crisis in Ukraine. An American has died while fighting alongside Ukrainian forces against Russia. His family says he was a former U.S. Marine. ABC's Justin Finch reports.
The war in Ukraine has claimed the life of an American. The family of 22-year-old Willie Joseph Cancel says he died fighting with Ukrainian forces while working with a private military contracting company. Cancel's wife saying in a statement, he went there wanting to help people. He had always felt that that was his main mission in life. I did not expect to be a widow at 23 years old or for our son to be without a father. And in Ukraine's capital, burning buildings where officials say at least 2 Russian missiles were fired into a residential area of Kyiv.
It's critical this funding gets approved and approved as quickly as possible.
Russia ramping up attacks as President Biden calls for Congress to allocate $33 billion to support Ukraine's fight over the coming months.
So we need to contribute arms, funding, ammunition, and the economic support to make their courage and sacrifice have purpose so they can continue this fight.
The White House requesting more than $20 billion in military assistance and another $8.5 billion for Ukraine's government to provide basic citizen services. Already, more than half of the 90 U.S. promised howitzer artillery guns are arriving to Ukraine.
And I'm here to say to you, Mr. President, and to the people of Ukraine, we will not give up.
Vowing to continue working with Russia and Ukraine on a ceasefire, the United Nations Secretary General, who was in Kyiv with Ukraine's president just before Russia's missile strikes. All of this as new U.S. intelligence says Russian forces are pushing out civilians in eastern and southern Ukraine to set up proxy Russian leadership. And on Capitol Hill, the House just approved a measure to speed up the process to get U.S. weapons to Ukraine by enhancing the president's power to enter Lend-Lease deals with Ukraine and Eastern European nations. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
And coming up, the vice president set to make an appearance coming up in New England. We're going to tell you where she'll be speaking. And coming up next, quite the way to start the day for some local elementary school students. We'll tell you why the New Bedford Police Department was giving out high fives this morning. Stay with us. ABC6 News at noon, continuing with a focus on our schools now in New Bedford. Police greeting students this morning at school with some high fives. Officers lined up to welcome students as they arrived at Campbell Elementary School. New Bedford police say the event, also known as High Five Friday, is a way for officers to build a positive relationship with the youth. And a big surprise this morning for the principal of Classical High School in Providence. What was billed as a band concert turned out to be the announcement that Scott Barr is Rhode Island's Principal of the Year. The Education Commissioner and Providence Superintendent Montanez surrounded by students, staff, and alumni to make this very special presentation.
So you might be asking yourselves, how do you get selected for this award? It's not us. It's not the organization. It's your fellow principals. That's a big deal. Because your fellow principals all got together and said, this is the person that we want to honor. Life's work, 35 years worth of work.
And U.S. News and World Report recently named Classical as the #1 high school in Rhode Island. The Vice President is coming to New England next month. Kamala Harris delivering the keynote address at the Coast Guard Academy commencement on May 18th. The event is not open to the public. Last year, she gave the address at the Naval Academy graduation.
And now, your ABC6 Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Chelsea Priest.
Well, hopefully we can get a nice sunny day like today for that graduation ceremony. What we are looking at today is perfect sunshine, blue sky across southern New England right now. We're going to see some clouds streaming in and out of the area for the afternoon. It's still breezy. It's still cool for this time of year, but it's a little bit better than yesterday. We're going to take what we can get. We're looking at low 50s outside in most locations, 53 in Providence, 50 in Newport, 53 in Westerly. We're running a few degrees warmer than where we were yesterday at this time, but still well below our average high, which is in the mid 60s for the last couple of days of April. We were only in the low 50s yesterday. Today it looks like we'll be in the mid 50s, upper 50s near 60 tomorrow. So the trend is upward, but these last few days of April certainly ending up cooler than our seasonal averages. And on top of the cool temperatures, we have these breezy conditions. Wind is coming in from the northwest, a cold, dry wind direction, coming in sustained anywhere from 10 to 20 miles per hour. And there's gusts once again today, ever so slightly lower than yesterday, but still in the 20 to 25 mile per hour range out of the northwest. Overnight is going to be clear and chilly and very dry. One thing to point out with these very dry conditions and the gusty winds, fire risk is high. If any fires start, they are going to spread quickly. So not the day that you're going to be doing any brush fires outside, probably not tomorrow either, because it's still going to stay very dry and breezy. What we're looking at on the satellite radar image is sunshine for the area right now. There's that stubborn low that continues to spin just offshore, far enough away that we don't really get much precipitation from it, but you will get those windy conditions continuing and some clouds passing through at times. You can see a little cloud coverage into closer to the Boston area, kind of pushing southward. I think eastern Mass may get clipped by a few clouds coming in this afternoon. We see clear conditions down to our south and west, and it looks like we will stay clear overnight into tomorrow. Kind of that blend of sun and clouds once again, but finally that low continues to pull farther away to the east in the coming days, and Sunday looks nice and bright with temperatures that'll finally warm into the 60s for our first day of May. You're looking at temperatures this afternoon in the mid 50s range. So again, a little bit warmer than yesterday, but still cool for this time of year. We'll see the wind gradually shifting in the coming days, but for tonight, we're clear, breeze from the northwest, temperatures down to the 30s. By early tomorrow morning, with even a light breeze, we feel even cooler. Tomorrow afternoon, there may be some passing clouds coming through the area. Otherwise, mix of sun and clouds into the daytime tomorrow. Temperatures in the upper 50s, maybe even hitting 60 degrees in a few spots, so better. And then on Sunday morning, we start around 40 degrees. Sunday afternoon looks great. Sunshine, temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. Heading into next week, it looks like we stay in that 60s range, but we will be tracking a few rain chances at times. Mid 50s today. It's still breezy outside, and tonight we have clear and cool conditions once again. The breeze backs down a bit, but with temperatures in the upper 30s, even a light breeze makes us feel cooler than that. Tomorrow, hovering close to 60 degrees, still a bit breezy out of the northwest. But then again, on Sunday, temperatures into the mid to upper 60s. Monday, we hover around 60 degrees with some showers arriving late in the day, and we stay in the 60s into much of next week. Casey?
Boy, look at Sunday. Chels, thank you for that. Just ahead, Amazon dealing with something they have not in some 7 years, a loss. We'll tell you how much they're down when ABC6 News at noon continues. Checking some consumer news this afternoon, and it's not a good day to be an Amazon shareholder, but maybe it's a good time to pick up a bargain, huh? Retail giant stock price plummeted about 10% in after-hours trading Thursday. The company reported a $3.8 billion loss for the first quarter. First quarterly loss for Amazon since 2015. Analysts say it's partly due to a slowdown in online shopping as Americans feel more comfortable shopping again in person. Sticking with Amazon, they are making it easier for people with hearing loss to watch TV. They can now connect hearing aids directly to the Amazon Fire TV Cube. The second-generation Cube supports Bluetooth-enabled Starkey hearing aids. No additional third-party device or adapter is needed. And a new camera that could change how we take selfies. You seen this? The Pixie, it's called. It's being called the first ever flying camera. A button on the device sends it to one of 4 preset flight paths while airborne. It shoots pictures and video that automatically transfer to the user's Snapchat memories. My, oh my technology, huh? Board game lovers, listen up. Monopoly wants to hear from you how you can help pick a new token for their throwback edition. Plus, Chelsea's got that weekend forecast coming for you, and ABC6 News at noon continues after this. All right, Monopoly tokens, they are changing, and players can be part of this big decision. Pawtucket-based Hasbro launching Monopoly Throwback Token Votes. It gives fans the chance to bring back one of the 6 iconic retired tokens. They are the thimble, wheelbarrow, iron, boot, the horse and rider, or the money bag. And that's not all. Fans can also vote on which current token should be taken away. Voting began online Thursday and will last 3 weeks. Boy, I haven't played Monopoly in a while, I gotta be honest.
I played over during COVID.
Okay, yeah, and I'm not sure I have much favoritism towards any of those pieces.
No, I don't think I do either. I will say that I really like the Monopoly. I have Blockopoly. It's all Block Island stuff.
That's
and Warwickopoly. It's all
gosh.
Warwick things. I have a random collection of Monopoly games, but
I'd
those are
play
fun.
that
I know.
if you ever want to do that.
Okay.
Yeah,
we can
I'm
do
in.
that.
It would help me,
Get
learn
back
the
in
area a little
yeah.
bit and game a little bit with Monopoly.
Totally.
Cool. All right,
So
Chels.
much to explore as we're inching closer to May, which is very exciting because obviously, as we get into May, we get into warmer temperatures, and that certainly the case. Today's still breezy and cool. Tomorrow, kind of a blend of sun and clouds still. Temperatures still slightly below average. And then Sunday into the 60s. And we have some rain chances next week, but those temperatures should stay in the 60s range. Casey?
Those temps look great, Chelsea. Thank you for that. And thank you, folks, for watching today. We do appreciate it. The news continues first at 4, and we are always online, too, at abc6.com. Have a great rest of your Friday and a great weekend, too, folks. Take care.